Mastering ISO 22318. ISO 22318 is the secret to unleashing unstoppable operational excellence. When an organization seeks to achieve operational excellence, what is the purpose of ISO 22318, and how does its implementation relate to the attainment of operational excellence in terms of organizational performance and resilience? As I sat in the conference room, surrounded by the top executives of a leading manufacturing company, I couldn't help but notice the sense of urgency in the air. The company was facing a series of production disruptions, and the bottom line was feeling the strain. They had called me in to help them implement ISO 22318, the international standard for business continuity management, in the hopes of achieving operational excellence. At first, I was struck by the sheer complexity of the organization's operations. With multiple production lines, intricate supply chains, and strict quality control measures, it was clear that even the slightest disruption could have far-reaching consequences. But as I dug deeper, I began to see that the root of the problem wasn't the complexity itself, but rather the way the organization was responding to it. Every time a disruption occurred, the team would scramble to put out the fire, so to speak. They would work long hours, often at the expense of other important tasks, to get production back online as quickly as possible. But in doing so, they were neglecting the underlying causes of the disruptions. They were treating the symptoms, not the disease. I realized that what the organization needed was a fundamental shift in mindset. They needed to move away from reacting to problems and towards proactively anticipating and mitigating them. This was where ISO 22318 came in. I worked closely with the team to identify the organization's most critical business processes and assess the potential risks to those processes. We developed a comprehensive business continuity plan that outlined procedures for responding to disruptions, from natural disasters to supply chain failures. But it wasn't just about creating a plan, it was about creating a culture of preparedness. We implemented regular training and simulation exercises to ensure that employees knew exactly what to do in the event of a disruption. We also established clear communication channels so that information could flow freely and accurately throughout the organization. As the implementation progressed, I could see the tension in the room begin to dissipate. The executives were no longer worried about the next production disruption. They were confident that they had the systems and processes in place to handle it. One of the most significant breakthroughs came when we identified a critical supplier that was at risk of defaulting. Rather than waiting for the inevitable, we worked with the supplier to develop a contingency plan, which included identifying alternative sources of supply. When the supplier ultimately did default, the organization was ready. Production barely skipped a beat, and the impact on the bottom line was minimal. Throughout the process, I was struck by the power of collaboration. When employees felt empowered to speak up and share their concerns, the organization was able to respond more effectively to disruptions. When communication flowed freely, decisions were made quickly and with confidence. As I looked around the conference room, I saw a team that was no longer reactive, but proactive. They were no longer fighting fires, but preventing them from starting in the first place. And as a result, their performance was improving, their resilience was growing, and their operational excellence was within reach. ISO 22318 had given them the framework they needed to achieve operational excellence, but it was their own commitment to preparedness, their own willingness to adapt and innovate, that had brought them to the threshold of success. As I packed up my things and prepared to leave, I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. I had helped an organization to transform itself, to move from a state of constant reaction to one of confident anticipation. And I knew that, as they continued on their journey, they would face even greater challenges, but they would be ready. ISO 22318, titled Societal Security, Business Continuity Management Systems, Guidelines for People Aspects of Business Continuity, is an international standard that provides guidelines for organizations to manage the human aspects of business continuity. The purpose of ISO 22318 is to assist organizations in developing a business continuity management system, BCMS, that takes into account the needs and expectations of all stakeholders, including employees, customers, suppliers, and the wider community. The implementation of ISO 22318 is crucial for achieving operational excellence, as it enables organizations to identify and manage risks, respond to disruptions, and ensure the continuity of critical business processes. Operational excellence is a state of achievement where an organization consistently meets its objectives, while continuously improving its performance and resilience. The implementation of ISO 22318 contributes to the attainment of operational excellence in several ways. 1. Risk management. ISO 22318 provides guidelines for identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks that could impact an organization's ability to continue operating. By identifying and managing risks, organizations can reduce the likelihood of disruptions and minimize their impact on business operations. 2. Business continuity planning. The standard provides guidance on developing business continuity plans that take into account the needs of all stakeholders. Business continuity planning enables organizations to respond quickly and effectively to disruptions, ensuring the continuity of critical business processes and minimizing downtime. 3. Employee engagement and training. ISO 22318 emphasizes the importance of employee engagement and training in business continuity management. By engaging employees and providing them with the necessary training, organizations can ensure that they are prepared to respond to disruptions and continue operating effectively. 4. Leadership and commitment. The standard requires top management to demonstrate leadership and commitment to business continuity management. This ensures that business continuity is integrated into the organization's overall strategy, and that resources are allocated to support its implementation. 5. Supply chain management. ISO 22318 provides guidance on managing supply chain risks and ensuring the continuity of critical supply chain operations. This is essential for organizations that rely on suppliers to deliver products or services. 6. Stakeholder management. The standard emphasizes the importance of stakeholder management, including communicating with stakeholders, understanding their needs and expectations, and ensuring their involvement in business continuity management. 7. Performance. Metrics and monitoring. ISO 22318 requires organizations to establish performance metrics and monitoring processes to measure the effectiveness of their business continuity management system. This enables organizations to identify areas for improvement and continually improve their performance. 8. Lessons learned and continuous improvement. The standard emphasizes the importance of learning from disruptions and near misses, and implementing corrective actions to prevent recurrence. This continuous improvement cycle enables organizations to refine their business continuity management system and improve their resilience. The implementation of ISO 22318 contributes to the attainment of operational excellence by 1. Enhancing organizational performance. By implementing ISO 22318, organizations can improve their performance by reducing downtime, increasing productivity, and enhancing customer satisfaction. 2. Improving organizational resilience. The standard enables organizations to develop a culture of resilience where employees are prepared to respond to disruptions and continue operating effectively. 3. Reducing costs. ISO 22318 helps organizations to reduce costs associated with disruptions, such as lost productivity, reputational damage, and regulatory fines. 4. Enhancing reputation and stakeholder trust. By demonstrating a commitment to business continuity management, organizations can enhance their reputation and build trust with stakeholders, including customers, investors, and the wider community. In conclusion, the implementation of ISO 22318 is essential for achieving operational excellence in terms of organizational performance and resilience. By following the guidelines outlined in the standard, organizations can develop a business continuity management system that takes into account the needs of all stakeholders, identifies and manages risks, and ensures the continuity of critical business processes. This enables organizations to improve their performance, enhance their resilience, and reduce costs associated with disruptions.